at everyone here on YouTube. Hope everyone's doing well. We will jump into things here. This is Drone K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations, please stand by while the repeaters are placed into net mode.
PL off.
Good evening, everyone. This is K1DBC. Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Net for June 29th, 2022. It's a great place to learn about ham, radio, and STEM topics in general. And thankfully, we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. Again, this is Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie, and my name is Daron, and that's Delta Oscar, Romeo Oscar November. I am net control for this evening's net. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490, which is linked to 448.625. You can contact us at Elmer at W0TRX.org. We have that email address up and ready to take emails, check-ins, or whatever comments, questions you have. Please don't hesitate to put those through there. Elmer at W0TX.org. Also, YouTube.com/Denver Radio Club. We are streaming on there, so if you can't make the repeater, or if you're not licensed and you'd like to check in, that's an option there as well. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, Denver Radio Club. This is K1DBC Net Control. Something I'm trying a little bit differently this week. We'll see how it goes. If you attended our field day, which we'll talk about quite a bit here, W0TX.org/check-in. If you'd like to check in online for this evening's Learning Net, you can put in your name, call sign, and email address if you'd like, and how many people you'd like to check in. If you put in an email address, you'll get a confirmation. We do accept third-party check-ins. W0TX.org/check-in. I'll have to just keep looking back and forth a little bit, but please don't hesitate to do that if you like. This is K1DBC Net Control. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? This is K1DBC Net Control. Again, this evening we'll be talking about our field day event that we had over the weekend here. W0TX.org/field day. And there is a link for a Google Drive link with a lot of photos, a lot of media, a lot of things. So check that out, please. And we'll be compiling that into a video as well. So field day we'll be talking about your questions, your comments, any projects you've been working on. With that, though, we'll begin by inviting Elmers only to check in with or without traffic. All Elmers, please check in now.
Kilo 0, Lima Alpha India, K0 LEI, Larry in Lakewood.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. That time we had K0LAI, Larry, checking in as an Elmer. Appreciate you checking in. This is K1DBC Net Control. If you'd like to check in as an Elmer, you don't have to be a technical subject matter just an expert, but if you have experience within a subject matter, please don't hesitate to check in, whether that be analog radio, digital radio, whatever it may be. We'd love to have anybody checking in as somebody who'd like to pass on some knowledge. So if you'd like to check in as an Elmer, we're taking all Elmers. Please check in now.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. All other check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for the call sign at least, and indicate if you have any traffic or questions as you check in. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now. Ooh, I got you here, Peter. Ooh, let's see, here you go.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Juliet Romeo Oscar, Chris and Arvada.
November 0, Echo Yankee Zulu, Jim and South Jeffco. No traffic at this time.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6HJV Tom Arvada. No traffic.
All right, let's have some fun here.
November 9, Echo Delta Kilo, Mark Arvada, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Whiskey Charlie, Brian, Centennial, no traffic.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Let's hold up there for just a minute. All right, let's see here what we can do here. Blah, 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 blah. Chris, I know he's checked in before. Right? Not that Chris, I don't think. Is it that Chris? This is K1DBC Net Control. Quite a few things there. Appreciate everyone coming in here. Firstly, online. Appreciate N1GUM taking advantage of that online form. Times like this, it kind of makes things a little bit easier. N1GUM Peter checking in online. Appreciate that. We had a call sign in there, and I missed it because it wasn't quick enough there. But there was a call sign, Chris. I feel like I've heard you in there before. Can you call back with your full call sign once more? Go ahead.
Sure, KF0JRO.
All right, got you that time. KF0JRO, Chris, got you checked in. And then we had KE0NRE, Jim, K6HJV, Tom. I think it was November 9, Echo Delta Kilo, Mark, and then KF0AWC, Brian. If there's any corrections on any of those needed, please call back.
November 0, Echo Yankee Zulu, Jim.
I appreciate the call back there, Jim. N0EYZ, November 0, Echo Yankee Zulu. Got you checked in. This is K1DBC Net Control. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Learning Net, if your call sign is Alpha through Mike, A through M, please check in now. Or suffix, excuse me. If your suffix is A through M, please call now.
W0 Foxtrot Charlie, Jerry, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Ron in Lakewood, no traffic.
Good evening here on YouTube. Appreciate that number count bumping up here. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to jump in the chat here. And I will just try to keep up with the check-ins. This is K1DBC Net Control. Let's see, you guys probably want to look at field day stuff, eh? Let's take a look at that here. Here we go. This is K1DBC Net Control. That time we had W0 FFC Jerry and KF0 FPI Ron. There was a few doubles in there, not just at that moment, but if you try to check in at any given time throughout the last few minutes here, we're taking call suffixes A through M, Alpha through Mike. Please check in now.
Kilo Fox 0, Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy, Denver.
All right, and this time we had KF0 AFQ Troy. Thank you for checking in. Again, once more, if you'd like to check in online, W0TX.org/check-in. Your name, call sign, email if you want, and attendees if you're checking in other people for third party. If you put in your email address, you'll get a confirmation of that, but that helps a little bit. Use the analog check-ins here, but new thing we're trying. W0TX.org/check-in. This is K1DBC Net Control. With that, I'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet. If your suffix begins with the letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, and you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Learning Net, please do so with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have traffic or questions. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood. I don't get online. They don't know what I sound like then, Neuron. CIV, WD0 CIV, Charles and Denver. No traffic at this time.
If you're listening online, Jonathan, that cut out just a little bit. Not too sure.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Cannon Broomfield, no traffic.
Kilo Delta 0, Whiskey Mike Oscar Steve and Aurora, no traffic.
All right, I hope everyone's doing well out there tonight. I am just trying to keep up with check-ins here. YES Ken. There we go. Hope there was Bob there. This is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning. That's a lot of stuff going on here this evening. Really appreciate everyone checking in here. This is K1DBC Net Control. That time we had, oh my gosh, I believe we had KE0SUM Jonathan. There was a question about something about online, something about the audio. I apologize. I don't know if there's something going on there, but we also had WD0CIV Charles and K0IES Ken, WA4MBG Bob, and KD0WMO Steve. Thank you all for checking in. This is K1DBC Net Control. If you're having issues online, let me know. I'd like to make sure that's corrected online. But I'll come back to you here just in a moment, Jonathan. This is K1DBC Net Control. If anybody has any other check-ins, Alpha through Zulu, A through Z, please check in now.
W0TX Repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, I think audio should be good online just in case that was an issue. But this is K1DBC Net Control. A lot of check-ins. Really appreciate everyone checking in here. With that, we'll take once more. I'll call for any check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net, it's a great place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics in general. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, if you'd like to check in online for some reason, it's not, I appreciate that. W0TX.org/check-in. Put your name, call sign, and email address if you'd like, and we can get you checked in there. With that, I may have missed if somebody had said they had any traffic here, but KE0SUM, there was something you had mentioned there. If you want to go ahead and follow up on that, go ahead.
Evening, Drone. No, I was kind of making a little joke that I didn't want to check in online. I have done that in the past because nobody'd know my voice then, Drone. So, yeah, after your field day discussion, I do have something I'd like to point out, or something I found interesting today concerning ham radio. KE0SUM, back to you, Drone.
All right, perfect, no problem. KE0SUM, Jonathan, not a problem. And I did see, looks like Ron, KF0 FPI also checked in online. Appreciate that. So yeah, you don't have to do both. You don't have to do either. Do whatever you want to do. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, we had an awesome event over the weekend. You know, I have a few things about that, but yeah, that would probably be a fairly good discussion for this evening. I can discuss our events of Field Day, but I'll throw it out to the net. I didn't see anybody else had stated had any other comments or questions so far. But if anybody has anything before we dive into that, this is K1DBC Net Control. Please call now. All right, sounds good. This is K1DBC Net Control. As always, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. I'm showing a lot of videos here, and that's going to be a lot of visual representation. I'll really try to describe this for the audio-only audience here, but youtube.com/Denver Radio Club and W0TX.org for more information on our club in general. A lot of updating here recently. I'll have to talk about the website in a bit here, but under you'll see our recent post here about Field Day. Right on our front page, if you click on that, you'll get some links for our Google Drive, Twitter, and Facebook, and you'll be given some options about how to view the media. I am compiling all this stuff into these photos and videos and audio into a formal video. So I'm just browsing through some videos. We had some awesome drone shots. This took place, again, over the weekend, Field Day, June 25th and 26th at the Prospect Arena. If you've not been to it or went in the past, it's a great place to exercise and learn about ham radio and a lot of things in general. So a lot of people showed up, which was awesome to see. We had great weather. Also on the front page is the President's newsletter, and Jerry kind of describes this as well. So awesome to see all the equipment and all the attendance out there. So really check out our website because, words can tell, have a lot more words than whatever this saying is. So pictures have a lot more a weight there. So please check it out. It was really awesome. It was awesome to see everyone out there who could attend. We had good weather. In general, we had 50, 60 attendees at least. Over on W0TX.org/Field Day. Let me drop here for a moment. W0TX.org. This is K1 DBC Net Control /field day, W0TX.org /field day. You'll see those links as well as some basic stats currently. At the moment, we have 620 contacts, which is awesome to see. We were running CW, FT8, and phone this year, which was awesome to see. We had contacts with Canada, New Zealand, Puerto Rico, Alaska, Mexico, Belize, Cuba, and Hawaii. So really cool stuff there. Yeah, if you couldn't attend, we definitely missed you there, but very fun event. A lot of new operators, a lot of new people we saw, which was awesome to see. We tested out a lot of stuff. We ran into some technical operations, but overall, I think we things went really, really well this year. So W0TX.org. Please check out the photos and the videos. A more photo of all these, or video of all these photos will become put out here soon. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the net. If you attended Field Day and you have some things to let us know, please let us know. Please call back on this net. So if you have a story to share from this weekend's Field Day, please call now. So I can stop talking for like 3 seconds.
Question.
Oops, wasn't the right thing there. All right, yeah, K0SUM with the question. Go ahead.
So when you guys are working, someone's keeping track of the log. Are you using that on like a laptop with NetLogger?
Good question there, Jonathan, KE0SUM. Yes, in previous years and as this year as well, we are using laptops for, two-person operations, kind of as you alluded there. Yep, two-person operations. Let me see if I can find some things here. One person operates the laptop for the logging, and one person operates the radio. There's 3 pieces of information that you pass and you get back. It's your call sign, your class, and your section. So for us, this year is 4 Alpha Colorado. And that's what we would pass, and we would receive whatever they would get. So, we can see a photo here of me sitting at a laptop here. A little bit of a technical, not difficulties, but just a little bit of a learning curve with the newer software. We're using N1MM this year specifically. N1MM, I believe. So it's a more open source, free piece of software. But yes, with that. That is what we got. It's not exactly the stats that I'm looking at here, but an ADEF file from N1MM. So in working as a pair, one person would operate that laptop and one person would operate a radio. So laptop logging. So SUM or anyone else on that? Go ahead.
No, that answers the question. I'm glad you had a lot of new people show up. I talked to a number of people who said they were thinking of coming to the DRC, and I think that's because of location.
Perfect. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely had some new faces, which was awesome to see. And a lot of cool things there. Photo I'm showing here is, I'll have to grab his call sign, but it looks like a Radio Shack kind of exploded into the back of his vehicle here. He has a couple of transceivers and a lot of equipment back in here, and it's all covered by a panel here. And this was a really cool thing to see. And I think it was running FT8 in the front, so that was cool. And he was running on 6 meters. He was running on. Let me drop here for a moment, and let's just talk about real quick the antennas we were working with and the equipment.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, if you've been to our field days, you'll have seen the beam antenna on top of the Salvation Army provided crank up tower. This year we had Mark's son. I apologize, I don't know his call sign or name, unfortunately. But Mark N0XRX's son brought a drone along and was able to get some oversight and overhead views, which is awesome. So we had our tri-beam element antenna, which we were running either 20 or 40 on. We were running into some difficulties with our 40-meter transceiver, which was running in the Salvation Army tent here. That was one piece of equipment that we were working on, or antenna. There was also a couple of Buddy Pole, or I can't even remember the names. There was a couple of antennas, dipoles, just to the I think it's west and east of the antenna here. And then we had let me see if I can find a photo of Orland Wolf. WW0LF had a really awesome Vietnam era crank up tower, a tower, which was really cool. And he put a 6 meter and 2 meter antenna, Moxum, I think 6 meter, and another 2 meter Yagi on it. So really cool stuff there. So we were operating 4 alpha. We definitely had some difficulties, unfortunately, with our 40 meter. If you look at our stats right on our webpage here, I'll need to really format this a little bit better here because it's really not obvious, I guess. Well, I don't show it at all, really. 40 meters, we made like 5 contacts. It was kind of sad, unfortunately. So that's something we're going to have to work on for the future. Unfortunately, we also had a bandpass filter, which was supposed to help with that as well. So I don't know what happened there, but we definitely gave it a valiant effort. A couple of club members for quite a while were trying to work on that and help with that. So that was the equipment that we were working on and with. We had a pretty interesting turnout and really awesome to see everyone here this year. So if you're looking at the video here, that's Mark's son right down there at the bottom corner. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. I've really not really described this for visual audience. Let me drop here. Let me drop here and ask for any comments and questions in regards to our field day, and then I'll kind of describe this for our audio only audience. Go ahead. So if anyone has comments, questions, please all now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Field day again took place this year at the the Prospect Arena in Wheatridge, and it has a teardrop. Let me see if I can find a couple of photos here. There's basically a teardrop kind of grass area within a parking lot, a pretty big parking lot, and a lot of vehicles can park within it. This isn't coming up here. And we set up in the large portion of the teardrop, and we kind of set up a kind of little alcove, if you will, a little an RV kind of as at the end, and then just forcing everyone to go into the. There's only one operating area. In years past, we've been kind of spread out. So, though there have been complaints about noise, and fairly enough, it was a little bit loud in the one Salvation Army tent, but a lot of fun. Let's see what else. Really check things out online. We had a lot of stuff there. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to really kind of describe this here. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, we'll have a video coming out, but W0TX.org, you'll see a post right on our front page about field day, and you can get a link to our Google Drive and look at all the photos and drone footage. So a lot of fun there. This is K1 DBC Net Control. A lot of new people, a lot of old faces. So really nice to see everyone. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I'm sure I can bring up a couple more things on it. But this is K1 DBC Net Control. If anybody has any comments, questions in regards to our last weekend's field day, or what you were doing during field day, please let us know. He looks so happy there, doesn't he? Yeah. All right. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yep, we had a lot of new people that hadn't been a part of the club, and they became members there, and some set up shop, and some operated quite well. So we had a lot of cool things there. So. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Even if you weren't at our club's field day, again, everything's going to be online. And again, we were on Twitter and Facebook. So if you were, please don't hesitate to tweet things at us if you have any photos or put them on our Facebook. We'd love to see them. So a lot of cool operations this year. A lot of voice, CW, FT8s. Kind of slimmed down a little bit, but more reliant on the club's abilities. So Yeah, really loved seeing everyone out there. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I'll throw it back out to the club at the moment, or the net here. If you have anything on that, please let me know. Otherwise, I might take an opportunity to take check-ins. So if you have anything else on field day, I'm sure we'll bring it up throughout the net here. But if you have any other any other things at the moment on field day, please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin, late check-in.
All right, K0 KPS, Kevin got you checked in. Yeah, this is K1 DBC Net Control. If you've just tuned in, this is the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. It's a great place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics, and we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. If you'd like to check in online, W0TX.org/check-in. If you don't have a call sign, that's a good opportunity there. Again, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. We're streaming on there, so if you've missed out on anything there, you can always check out things on there. So if you'd like to check in, we're taking all call suffixes A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please check in now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now. Again, thanks everyone for being here on YouTube. If you have anything, don't hesitate to post anything in the live stream comments or on the video comments after the stream. So this is K1 DBC Net Control. Once more, if you'd like to check in, this is K1 DBC. If you'd like to check in to the Denver Radio Club at Ham Learning Net, please call now with your call sign, your name, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I don't seem to be indicating any traffic or questions, but I do see Jonathan kind of indicated that. Yeah, K0 s.t.e.m. You indicated you had something once we were done talking about field day at the moment. But K0 s.t.e.m, go ahead. Please call now.
15 Daron of the net. Well, I like ham radio. It's an interesting hobby. So I like going out mobile because the signal noise here at Jewel and Wadsworth and Lakewood is usually pretty high. And once I get away from the house, I can go a mile west and a couple miles north and be in a big open park. So I like playing with antennas. So I've done a number of setups where I really like using ham stick shark sticks on a tri-mag mount on the roof. And I get them adjusted for the lowest SWR. And I use a rig expert, and so it plots the SWR. And usually you see a dip in these things. Let me reset. But I also, to be fair, I use a woofer coil, and I also use a Chameleon MPass 2 system. So today I set up the MPass 2 system. It's basically you drive a spike into the ground and put the Chameleon transformer on top, and then use a vertical whip. And I took both theirs, which I believe is 103 inches, and I took an MFJ that is 213 inches. And I was, the band conditions were horrible, but SWR was what I was interested in. And ham sticks on a meter, you almost always see, you'll tune in for the band and see a big dip at some point, knowing that's where your best SWR is. Let me reset. But while I was playing with the Chameleon today, and I did a number of different tests with the 2 verticals, and then 2 verticals with different lengths of radials, and set at different lengths. and different lengths of coax. But what was funny was the Chameleon, which is like a $340 setup. The SWR was flat across the band at 1.68, and there was no dip. So I was curious. I suppose that's just due to the transformer they put in, but I'm so used to seeing a dip, but it was just totally flat across the whole band. So I just found that interesting, and I thought I'd share that with you. KE0SU.
All right, KE0SUM, Jonathan. This is a Net Control K1DBC. A lot of that stuff there, yeah, you were using the MPass 2 Chameleon there, and yeah, it has a lot of convertibility into different antennas and setups there, and if I was following you there, you were mentioning that you were trying to get SWR reading, and you were used to seeing kind of a dip at a certain point, and it was appearing a flat. So yeah, I'm not too sure on that SUM. If anybody else any other follow up on that, please let us know. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Okay, so Jonathan, KE0SUM, in what configuration were you running that in? Once more, was it NFED, inverted L or V or dipole or horizontal NVIS? And what band once more?
No, to drone, I was strictly playing today with the Chameleon transformer and then two verticals. I think one was 103 inches, the other 213 inches, but it didn't seem to matter much. But, so I set it up and checked the SWR with just the verticals. Then I put on one radial, then I put on three radials, and checked the SWR each time, of course. And then I wound up each of the radials from 33 feet down to 16 feet, which actually improved the SWR, but I was playing with a couple of verticals, and I'm perfectly happy to talk at 1.7, and the radio has an internal tuner too.
All right, gotcha. This is K1DBC Net Control. Although it may seem like it, I don't play enough with these antennas and these tuners and SWR meters. So unfortunately, I really can't give you a good answer on that. But yeah, interesting to know though. You hadn't seen that dip though, and it was more flat because yeah, SWR measurements. You can see kind of some different measurements there. I'll throw it out to the group. This is K1DBC Net Control. Anybody have any other follow-up on that? Please let us know.
Hey, Ron, I'll give you a little follow-up because I just talked to a friend of mine, Dan, the other night, who also uses the same system. He was getting great SWR across the different bands. And originally, before I bought it, I went out with my friend Bob, W0TX, and he had his SWR meter set up, and it just tuned flat. It's just odd for me not to see any kind of dip. KE0SUM. Perhaps that's they built it so well, it's flat across the bands. In that case, good job, Chameleon.
Gotcha. Sounds good there. Yeah. I wish our resident Elmer K0 A0JK Fred had checked in. He always has something to bring up, whether or not it's yeah. This is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, good. Interesting traffic there. Yeah, I don't know. So, if anybody has any more familiarity with SWR measurements and what Jonathan is bringing up there, again, please let us know. Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, we'll definitely try to bring that up again next week and try to see if we can get any other follow-up on that s.t.e.m. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, if anybody has any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for this evening's net, please let us know. We have another 20 minutes or so here. So if you have any other comments or questions about field day, about anything we've brought up so far this evening, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Another thing I can bring up is about our webpage, always a work in progress, W0TX.org. Some minor changes here and there, but some more major changes is you'll see this recent posts. It's essentially kind of a blog, but that's where we'll be posting our roundtables in the future, our president's message, and any other kind of quick one-off things. More dynamic content will go here. So field day updates you can find right on there, as well as president's message for July in the next couple of days. Already published here, speaking about Jerry Veilhouse, W0GV club president, speaking about our club field day mostly. So, and our upcoming meeting. So check that out right on our front page. It will update as we do that. So, let's see. This is K1DBC Net Control. Does anybody have any other comments, questions in regards to our club's field day, our club's websites, social media, upcoming events? Anything about our club or any other traffic you'd like to pass this evening, please call now.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Very quickly, speaking of which, July 20th is our upcoming meeting. Presented by, I need to update that, John, W6NBC, efficient magnetic loop antennas. So you can check that out there. I have some stories I can pass, radio or not, somewhat related, but I have some things that I can pass. But this is K1DBC Net Control. If anybody has any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for this evening's net, please call now.
Yes, KS0. JRO. Question about, I guess, just the surrounding area are any digital modes active? Like if I was looking to get a new handheld, is it worth investing in a digital mode handset?
Comment?
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We had KF0GRO Chris asking about a question about digital handsets. What would be a potential best to buy? I think there was and then we also had K0SUM follow up on that. But I think there was also a double in there. If you try to check in, or if there was anybody else trying to call in there, please call back.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Late check-in. Good evening.
All right, sounds good. This is K1DBC Net Control. We had N0TRP Jim checking in there. Appreciate that. Good question there, JRO. W0TX.org /repeaters. And kind of an unbiased, more or less opinion is kind of repeaterbook.com. You kind of have to kind of answer your question a little bit is absolutely, yes, there is digital in the area. But what is the more predominant digital mode? In this area specifically, DMR Brandmeister. There's a lot more DMR Brandmeister, I think, than there is D-Star and some others. So, yep, our club has one, DMR Brandmeister repeater. You can find that right on our website and the programming information for that. A lot of clubs in the area have DMR Brandmeisters and a lot of links to each other. And there's a lot of clubs that interlink the modes anyway. So if you don't even have the right technology, some can just interlink anyway. So that's one of the big ones, C4FM, D-Star. But this is Daron K1DBC. I'll throw it back to here real quick, JRO, and then we'll go back and we'll follow up with the S.t.e.m. So KF0, JRO, Chris, go ahead. All right, KF0JRO, this is K1DBC, net control. All right, we'll throw it over to KE0, S.t.e.m. Jonathan, with a follow-up on that. Go ahead.
Well, Jerome, from what I know, I would argue that C4FM and Wires X, Yaesu's brand of digital, is predominant in Colorado compared to Brandmeister or D-Star or Echo Link or the others. And that's because Yaesu has a dominated market, and that's what they promoted. And here's the thing is they promoted it years ago. So what they did was they said, hey, would you like a really inexpensive repeater? It's going to be Wires X Fusion. Everybody bought one. So they flooded the market, and I think they did it successfully. But that's my observation. It's not a fact. It's an opinion.
All right, KE0, S.t.e.m. This is K1DBC Net Control. Thanks for that. Yeah, and I don't say it enough. I infrequently say it and should say it more. Citation always needed for anything that I say ever. It's always just kind of quickly looking up things. So, yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting to see the different technologies out there and, you know, what's definitely what's more RF based and what's more network based. It's interesting to see. Yeah, so. Yeah, you have a lot of opportunities out there. As we mentioned, I'm struggling to think about I'll have to see if I can find we had a meeting on a club who was putting together a cross repeater system. So I'll have to see if I can, hotspot, nope. So I'll have to see where that was from. This is K1DBC Net Control, yeah? I'll throw it back over to, either JRO or S.t.e.m. or anyone else has any other follow-up on what digital mode you might suggest using within the Denver Metro or other regions here, whether it be D-Star, DMR Brandmeister, C4FM, whether it be network-based or internet-based or repeater-based, please let us know. Please call now.
Jerome, I will throw it out and mention for C4FM System Fusion, the Rocky Mountain Radio League operates the UHF 449450, and Jack K0VH has set up a network. It's called skyhelplink.com, and if you look up on the net and pull up his map, he set it up all across the state, number of states, and it's all connected digitally, but a lot of it is done with Yaesu. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
All right, yep, skypublic.com, absolutely. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Good information on all of that. We have another 10 minutes or so for the 12 minutes or so for the net here. Does anybody else have any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net so far? Please call now.
LEI.
Yeah, K0LAI. Larry, go ahead.
Well, talking about all these digital modes that are linking things together, two of the older systems that are still being used, IRLP going over the internet, and then there's All-Star as well. And even with All-Star, you can do it from your own computer, which is one of the simpler ways to do it. And the other thing is D-Star, it's been around for a long time as well. That was the Japanese amateur radio club that brought that together, and of course ICOM has been pushing that, and that's an open source system. And then Kenwood pushed it for a while as well, in a minor way. But like for Aries in Colorado is using DMR heavily through Rocky Mountain Ham, and a little bit with Brandmeister. And I'm not putting down Fusion or anything, because a lot of people think that Fusion is a better quality system. But anyway, there's a lot of different ways to go, whether it's repeater or hotspot or simplex. A lot of things going on. It's exciting, actually. K0LEI back to net.
W0TX repeater.
All right, K0LAI, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yep. We see we're definitely seeing a lot of repeaters using it for sure nowadays. And yeah, RMHAM, as you mentioned, rmham.org for more information on there. They have a pretty large DMR network, and not necessarily the traditional Brandmeister network either, really. But I think still can support that. But yeah, a lot of DMR, a lot of D-Star, a lot of different things there. So yeah, you have your pick of choice here for what you'd like. So hopefully that helps answer the question from JRO, Chris, or anyone else who had that question there. And as mentioned, the hotspots, you can kind of look up DMR hotspots, MMDVM, or they go by a lot of different names, but whatever type of radio you have, you can kind of interlink. You can kind of set up your own tiny little repeater inside of your home and connect your whatever radio to whatever technology you want to. So that's another awesome opportunity. So D-Star, DMR, Yaesu System Fusion, NXDN, whatever you have, you can interlink it your own as well. So hotspots, we've had a lot of topics and conversations on that as well. So yeah, good follow-up there, LAI. And yeah, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, anyone else have any other comments, questions in regards to anything we've spoken about so far, whether it be digital modes or a website or events or a club? Please call now.
KS0JRO, just wanted to say thanks for all that information. Definitely what I was looking for in feedback, so thanks a lot.
All right, KF0JRO, Chris, good to hear that. Yep, and that is what we're here to do. So, all right, this is K1DBC Net Control. We have another, again, 10 minutes or so. I can bring up a few stories if we want. But if anybody has any other comments, questions, any projects you've been working on, any field day. I mean, if you weren't attending our field day, that's not a problem. Hopefully there was something better you were doing. If not, that's not a problem issue. But if you had done field day on your own, please let us know. As mentioned, twitter.com/Denver Radio Club. If you had done something for field day, tweet us a photo of what you did, because we'd love to see your setup. Even if it's not field day related, please tweet us things. If you have things you are working on, if you have questions, if you see something in the real world, if you're already on there, yeah, tweet us at Denver Radio Club or post it on our Facebook. We'd love to see more things throughout the year. So, again, we're more on social media, and we'd love to see your presence on there if you'd like. So, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Another 5 to 10 minutes here. If anybody has anything, please call now. There was a comment in there, whiskey something call sign. Go ahead.
Field day. My understanding is that the Denver area had other problems with sunspots in the 40-meter band, and we were trying to run off of an offset dipole antenna for the 40 meters, and that's why we were having problems. But another question that I have is, does that tracking software have any way for identification of duplications when we're making contact?
All right, the call was coming in there quite a little bit harsh there. I'm guessing that was KF0AWC Brian. Was that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, for whatever reason, your signal's not that great at the moment, but I caught all that. So, yeah, we had quite a bit of technical difficulties with our 40-meter station. I definitely need to get some follow-up on that. Like, as you mentioned, I'll need to play that back and hear that back once more. But the question you had, yeah, absolutely. The software is capable of detecting duplicates. I don't really have any of that really brought up at the moment to show, but I still need to do some validation of our calls as well as compare against the logs, paper logs that some people had. So I will make all of that public here soon. But yeah, we'll make sure that there's no duplicates and that we account for all of the contacts that we made. So KF0AWC, if you have any other follow-up on that, go ahead.
Well, my question was when you're making dialing through the band, trying to make a contact or find somebody, is there any way that you can listen to a station, find their identification number, and then go to the software to see if we've been a quick way to see if the contact has already been made?
That's a good question there. Quick way, probably not. I think it definitely does it if you put in all three of the things that you need. If you put in their call sign, their section, and their class, it would tell you. I think if you just put a call sign in general, as far as I remember, if you just entered in the call sign to where you had logged it, yes, it would immediately tell you, as far as I remember. So wherever you were logging it, if you put a call sign in and it was already contacted, it would have said duplicate. Hopefully that answers that question there a little bit more.
Yeah, well, we were mostly writing it down on a scrap piece of paper, and then after we made the contact, they were telling us that it was duplicate. So I was just wondering if there was a quick, easy way that before we, call them back to find out if we contacted them prior.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control AWC. Basically, you would have just had to attempt you would have had to just put their call sign in to where you would have logged it, and in that's basically the easiest way you would have done it. I'm not sure if I'm sorry if we probably didn't make that clear, but if you were to just if you put their call sign in the same place where you're to log it, it would just tell you if it's a duplicate. Hopefully that clears it up.
Thanks, drone. KF0 AWC out.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. All right, looking at, a lot of paper logs here. I'm not sure if anybody can really see any of these things here, but a lot of paper logs have to go through, and a lot of CW stuff. So a lot of stuff I'm going to go through and double check. So I'm going to make sure we have all of the contacts that we got and make sure that there's no duplicates. So we'll hopefully try to make things a little bit more clear in the future here. So, I'm hoping everyone had a good time out there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Any other comments, questions in regards to anything else we've spoken about so far this evening? Please call now.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Normally the net ends around this time, but there is no hard stop. There are a couple things I can bring up real quick, but if anybody else has any other comments, questions, anything else you'd like to bring up for this evening's Learning Net, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I guess I'll do one last story here and then throw it out to the net, and we'll wrap things up. This is K1DBC Net Control. Great blog to read, hackaday.com. Interesting article here titled An Epic Tale of Pirate Radio in Its Golden Age. Written by Jenny List. This goes over a video by, Ringway Manchester, a pretty interesting YouTuber. With music consumption having long moved to streaming model in many parts of the world, it sometimes feels as though, just like the rotary phone dial, kids might not even know what a radio was, let alone own one. But there was a time when broadcasting pop music over the airwaves was a deeply subversive activity for Europeans, at least. As the lumbering state monopoly broadcasters were challenged by illegal pirate radio stations, carrying the cutting-edge music they had failed to provide. Ringway Manchester has a story of one such station, which broadcast across the city for a few years in the 1970s, and a fascinating tale. Takes form in the place of 6 videos. Starts in 73 when a group of young radio enthusiasts left without access to the station of their taste by government crackdowns on ship-based pirate stations, decided to try their hand with land-based alternative. Called Radio Aquarius, it would broadcast on and off both the medium wave, or AM, and the FM broadcast bands over the next couple of years. Its story is one of improvised transmitters powered by car batteries broadcasting from hilltops, woodland, derelict houses, and even a Cold War nuclear bunker, and develops into a cat-and-mouse game between the youths and the local post office agency tasked with policing the spectrum. Finally, having been caught once too many times, they disband Radio Aquarius and go on to a career in the radio business. Tale has tech, social history, and plenty of excitement, but surprise is in how innocent it all seems compared to the much more aggressively commercial pirate stations that would feature in later decades. So hackaday.com for that. You know, it sounds like Field Day a little bit there in terms of where they were operating. Hilltops, woodlands, derelict houses, you know, who knows where we can operate from. So pretty cool tale there. So, yeah, it's a little bit late into the evening here. I'll throw it out to the group. Any other last-minute comments, questions, check-ins, anything else for this evening's net? Please call now.
Comment?
Yeah, KE0SUM comment. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm old, so I know about pirate radio, but you think that was a good thing or a bad thing for well, I don't know if they were licensed at all, and they were probably putting out more than legal power. It's an interesting subject. Thank you. KE0SUM.
KE0SUM, Jonathan Duro and K1DBC. Whether, legal not at all, and, not the right thing to do at all in terms of probably the moral thing to do, but, 60s, 70s, those were much, much different times, and people didn't really at all understand the impact that somebody would have really, that would have on maybe public safety concerns with maritime and whatnot. So, yep. Nowadays, if somebody has a cell phone jammer on a highway, they're taken down immediately, and they see a lot of enforcement and a lot of things for that. So, yep, wouldn't see that nowadays, but definitely a bit more of the counterculture type of things, and really really interesting things to see here. All right, this is K1DBC. I'm not going to play too much more of that. Last time I played any of his stuff, my video got taken down immediately. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. I might cut that out. So at least it's that little few seconds there of video. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Ringway Manchester, awesome YouTuber, very heavy on his copyright smackdown. So last time I put anything of his on a video, it completely deleted one of my videos. So, but check his stuff out. Love him anyway. This is K1DBC Net Control. A lot of stuff to see online, a lot of things to do. Yep, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. If anybody has any other last-minute comments, questions, check-ins for this net, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. This will be the last opportunity for any final check-ins. Just for the count, if you want to check in, just for the count, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Pleasure, as always, hosting these nets. I'd love to see more people participating as Net Control. If you feel comfortable, don't ever hesitate to jump in. I'm happy to mentor and or tutor. And that's part of the reason I started putting things on YouTube, really, was just to show my side of things and show you it's not too terrible once you get into it a little bit. So there's a net, there's a script, you read it, and you go from there. So this is K1DBC Net Control. I'd love to thank everyone for being here this evening. We had a total of 18 check-ins. W0TX.org for more information on the club. Email us, Elmer at W0TX.org. We are monitoring that. Again, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. These nets, our meetings get archived on there. Again, social media, Facebook and Twitter, and groups.io/G/Ham Learning Net. If you missed field day, everything's on there too. With that, let's see. Next meeting, again, as mentioned, right on our website, W0TX.org, July the 20th, if it comes up here. W6MBC, efficient magnetic loop antennas. So check for things on there. All online at the moment. We know that we're hearing you, and we want to start meeting in person. There's just some logistics we need to work out, but if you want to help with that, please don't hesitate to let us know. Really, we just need to start making movement on it. Though, with that, please join us next week, 7:30 p.m. for the next Learning Net. All stations, please stand by where the repeaters are placed into normal mode.
PL on.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Appreciate everyone being here this evening, and we'll talk to you all next week, 7-3, and I'm clear. All right, again, everyone, thanks again for being here this evening. I really don't have too much more, so I'll just, we'll talk to you all next week. Have a good evening. I'll see if I can do this here. I will play a quick video.